Hey everyone, welcome to this full moon Sidereal Astrology forecast. This is for the full moon on February 19th, but also the day leading up to that for the 18th as well. All right, so full moon in Leo. If you're expecting me to say Virgo just then, be sure to check out the link down below for more information on true Sidereal Astrology. But yeah, time of integrating the Leo energies now at this time. Leo is all about expressing ourselves, maybe getting into that playful, lighthearted, creative energy, and really asking ourselves, what it is that we're passionate about, and what is close to our heart. Really good time to do a status check with this area of life, but also implement this sort of creative, expressive energy into our life as well. So with this full moon, there's only easy aspects with it, so it's definitely on the easier side. We have a trine up to that Mars-Uranus conjunction we had earlier in the week, and so, last week. And so really good maybe assertiveness, directness with that Mars trine. Mars is shifting into Aries now, which is a much better placement for him. And then with Uranus, maybe feeling a bit free, wanting some change, maybe mixing things up a bit, can be very nice as well. All right, so with this full moon, we do have a couple aspects. Venus is going to go over Saturn, and Mercury is over Neptune. So let's take a look at all of this here in more detail when we return. All right, so here's the chart for this full moon. So again, the full moon will be on Tuesday, February 19th, 2019. And this will be at 11:50 Eastern time in the AM for the Americas, if you do want to make that calculation for wherever you are in the world. But this video will be for the 18th and 19th, so you guys can get a good head start in terms of what this energy is about. Plus, we'll be feeling it the surrounding days anyways. All right, so full moon here, right in the middle of Leo, the lion. This constellation has to do with essentially cultivating our self-expression and what you might consider the things that we're passionate about in life. So a really good question to ask is, what are you proud of in your life? Right? Or what's close to your heart? Or what is a passion of yours? These kinds of things are really good to essentially do a status check with this full moon. See how these things or this sort of quality of our self or of life is going. And through this gaining of awareness and insight of the status check, implementing some of this, right? Creative energy, expressive, maybe fun-loving, right? Cultivating the things that are close to our heart. That is maybe something that, is some sort of sparking of that inner flame, right? Whatever it is, usually things we create. Really good energy to further develop now with this full moon in Leo. All right, so with this full moon, we do have some nice trines up to that Uranus-Mars conjunction we had last week. And this is Uranus finishing up Pisces right now and Mars shifting into Aries. So with this full moon, there is some good directness and assertiveness with that trine to Mars, especially with Mars now making his way into Aries, where he's in dignity. Much more comfortable placement for Mars. So that sort of masculine, direct, assertive side of ourself and really good synergy to this expressive side of ourself. And just all in all, really good time for maybe taking action, initiative. Our independence and sense of self can be strong collectively. And this is a great way of working with the full moon anyways, because this is the heightened part of the lunar cycle, which does usually make it a good time for taking action and moving things forward. Now the trine to Uranus still finishing up Pisces here, but there can be a bit of maybe some new and different things with this full moon that are maybe exciting or outside of our comfort zone, or we just feel like we're mixing up in our life. So really good to bring in that side of ourself, that progressive, innovative, freedom, loving side of ourself that does want to, listen to our excitement and mix things up and have freedom and change and spontaneity into our life. So that's very supportive with this full moon as well. All right, so those are the only major aspects with this full moon. Of course, since it is a full moon, we do have an opposition up to the sun. And so as all full moons are, it's good to balance the energy of the sign with the opposite sign, in this case, the sun in Aquarius. So while we are cultivating that creative, lighthearted, expressive side of ourselves, balancing that with focusing on our future ideals. Aquarius is all about what are our future ideals, whether they're for ourselves, future hopes and wishes, for example, aspirations, but also for our groups or communities or the world at large. Really good time to be focused on what you might call our tribe, or where we belong, or where we can contribute to something greater than ourselves, right? And this is because this is what our passions need. In fact, things that we really do find fun and enjoyable, and you might even say is a joy in life, are the things that are greater than ourselves, right? Is some sort of greater purpose or contribution or community or something we're a part of that's greater than ourselves. So really, really good to focus on that with the sun to balance it out. All right, so that's the full moon in a nutshell. In terms of the aspects, we do have 2 conjunctions taking place leading up to the full moon, which will be on midday Tuesday. So the conjunctions, the first one here will be Venus over Saturn, which will certainly feel on Monday leading up to the full moon. So with this conjunction, maybe a whole new sort of foundation being built with our values and our relationships in a kind of yearly sense with this. Venus, the planet of our values and relationships, in harmony with Saturn, which is about building foundations. And Saturn's also about the grounded, disciplined, responsible approach to these things. So there could be whole new type of maybe valuing, commitments, long-term energy, maybe responsibility in relationships, all relationships, or in just relating, and just in general, valuing this type of grounded energy. So with this is likely a new beginning of this, these new values, new shift, and possibly some new foundations being built with the things that we value, with the people in our life, and just in general in terms of anything that we do enjoy, just getting that sort of grounded, responsible energy. All right, so a new chapter with that, approaching the full moon, but Mercury is also going to be over Neptune in Aquarius. So with this conjunction, there could also be, when it comes to our mind, a bit of dreamy energy with this full moon. Maybe imaginative, idealistic, but again, also creative, intuitive. Our minds are kind of in the ethers with this, which is inherently neutral in a conjunction, so a lot of it is how we express that energy. So really good for things like automatic writing, spiritual activities, again, creative activities, these types of things that really do require that dreamy or intuitive energy. Really good with this conjunction. All right, everyone, then there's also this minor sextile up with Mercury and Saturn, which just helps ground everything. And again, we can see that with Venus over Saturn as well. But that is the full moon in a nutshell. Again, will be midday on Tuesday for most of us. On the 19th, leading up to this, we'll feel the energy on Monday. Full moon is a status check time and a heightened time of the lunar cycle. In this case, cultivating the Leo qualities of ourself and of life. Self-expression perhaps, maybe creativity. Again, what is it that's close to our heart? What are we passionate about or proud of that we can further develop in our life? Nice trine up to Mars, direct assertive energy. Trine up to Uranus, great for mixing things up, listening to our excitement. New foundations being built with our values and relationships or perspective of relationships. And a nice receptive mind with Mercury over Neptune. All right, so everyone, have a fantastic full moon. Thank you for watching, and I will see you all next time for the daily forecast. Take care.